You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters, we're going to talk about the Las Vegas Raiders because this weekend the Raiders have really what could be a make-or-break game far as the rest of the season goes. And there's a lot of things riding on this, right? This game is at home against the Kansas City Chiefs. It's a rivalry game. And Antonio Pierce is trying to keep a job. He wants to obviously become the actual head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders. You still have all kinds of coaching rumors floating around out there, Harbaugh, etc. I can't see. Somebody brought up Belichick. I don't think that's ever going to happen. Not after the debacle that was Josh McDaniels. They're not bringing the head debacler into the fold, okay? They're not bringing Belichick in there. I just don't see it. I think Mark Davis is probably like, nope, no more Patriots way here. Okay, we're not doing that. So anyway, that leads us to some comments Antonio Pierce has made. This is a playoff push. This is a rivalry game. It's real big. You've got the black hole out there. That new stadium, I call it the Death Star. I think it's the best looking, most badass looking stadium in all of the National Football League. But there's one thing that the Raiders absolutely knew when Mark Davis left Oakland. The NFL knew it as well, okay? They were going to get a lot of visiting fans into that stadium because it's Las Vegas and it's a tourist city, okay? And they knew that. That was one of the selling points involving here. So, as you can imagine, there's going to be visiting fans in that stadium. That's just the way it is. People are, if I end up going to Vegas, I'm going to try to line it up to where I can go watch a game somehow, somewhere, whenever the Niners come there or whatever, you know. I just think that a lot of people do that. Well, Antonio Pierce is very aware that they need some home field advantage. All right, the defense. Look, I went back. We kind of looked at the schedule. The defense is pretty good for this team. It really is, and I think that's probably the avenue that has to be played here for the Raiders to make a playoff run. Is you're going to have to rely on defense, and this is the year. Look, the wide receivers aren't good. They aren't good for the Chiefs. So this is the year that if you score 24 points, you may beat the Chiefs in a game. And they need to win. So Antonio Pierce has come out and made these comments. He says that black hole, it has to be for real this weekend. This is a huge game. There is so much riding on this game for the Raiders. It is unimaginable. They've got weapons all over the place. It's all about Aiden O'Connell, you know? It's kind of crazy that Jimmy Garoppolo has fell off to the point that he has, because if Garoppolo would have been playing in the same way he played when he was with my Niners, I'd have said y'all got a real chance to win this game. And I actually thought y'all might win 10 games this year with Jimmy. But he just throwing too many picks, but so is Aiden O'Connell. So I don't know what exactly that is about, but there's a hell of a lot of turnovers with Vegas. Having returned from South Beach with his first loss as the Raiders' interim head coach, Antonio Pierce is looking at the silver and black lining ahead. The Raiders, still clinging to postseason hope, have 3 straight home games on their schedule and finish the season with 4 of their final 6 in Vegas. All right, they're 5-6. Look, that's a path. That's a path to 9-8, which might actually get you in. Okay, that might get you in, and if they make the playoffs, he's getting that job. All right, I kind of think he's getting that job anyway, but you get the point. You know, this is the opportunity, and beating the Chiefs is a massive feather in his cap for that job. Pierce is imploring the Raiders Nation to bring intensity to Allegiant Stadium beginning Sunday against the Chiefs. Quote, having a home field advantage for us is huge, Pierce told reporters Tuesday. quote, what we've gotten the last 2 home games against the Giants and the Jets that has also energized our team. So I'm calling on Raiders Nation, our fan base, our alumni, to show up and show out. Bring that energy, bring that passion. Watch these guys play hard, give their effort, execute at a high level, play with the intention to win every home game. Not a bad idea. Allegiant Stadium has to be ours. That black hole has to be real. The black hole, referring to the costume-clad Raiders fans who line up in the end zone, was in full effect during Pierce's first 2 games as interim coach after taking over for the fired Josh McDaniels. Raiders won 36 over the Giants Week 9 and prevailed again in Week 10 against the Jets 16-12. The problem is that's the Giants and that's the Jets. Okay? That's one of the issues. So you got to score. This team has got an issue just scoring points. Though Las Vegas surprised many, it still fell against Miami in Week 11, 20-13. Look, I would have said if you can hold Miami to 20, shit, you got a real shot, but you got to score more than 13 points. Sitting at 5-6 as the 12th seeded team in the AFC, the Raiders need to make a move. So here's what you got right here. This is the Raiders, 5-6. They're ahead of the Chargers. We got to remember, the Bengals, this may be the opportunity. The Bengals that are ahead of them, no Joe Burrow. Okay, Joe Burrow's gone. So there's an opportunity here. The Colts, you got to feel like you can beat a Colts team that doesn't feel like they're great. All right, but they do have a little bit of a defense. The problem here is the Buffalo Bills are going to make a move. All right, I feel like they're going to make a move. So let's take a look at the schedule real fast. There is the big game this weekend right there. You got to split one of these 2 Chiefs games, and you got to get the one at home. All right, then you got the Vikings, Josh Dobbs, and I understand the Vikings are playing tough as hell right now, but you need to win that game. All right, so 6-6, 7-6. You got the Chargers at home. You've got to win that. I mean, send Brandon Staley to the unemployment line. You've got to win that game. 6-6, 7-6, 8-6, 8-7. All right, I'm counting that game in Kansas City as a loss. But here it is, guys. I mean, 9-7, 10-7. The Broncos, that game should be winnable. Colts should be winnable. There's absolutely a path here for the Las Vegas Raiders to make the playoffs. I mean, there's a lot of mid teams in there, okay? Now, we don't know. I will say this. We don't know how good that Broncos team is going to end up being, all right? Sean Payton has got them looking like a whole different team. They're playing safe. They're playing sound. His culture has taken over there. It's taken a hold. They're taking care of the ball. And he's taking the points, which is something that somebody like Brandon Staley is not doing. Taking the points in this league does win ball games in the long run. And when they get down there to kick a field goal, Sean Payton kicks the field goal. He puts the points on the board. He's taking them. So that's something to think about. It's something Mark Davis, and I did a video on this, isn't too happy with Antonio Pierce about, is that he didn't take the points the other day. Kind of weird. He got mad at Josh McDaniels for exactly the opposite thing. You never know. So, happy Thanksgiving. Everybody be safe. And, yeah, this is go time for the Las Vegas Raiders. No doubt about it. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.